If you're ever stuck trying to find a good restaurant in Dallas, there will soon be a list that can help you decide. Yesterday, Lisa sat down with D Magazine's food editor to hear all about a top secret list you'll be able to see very soon. Take a look.
So do you know the best places to eat in Dallas? One person does, and she is with us incognito right here on the broadcast set. Welcome food editor for D Magazine, Nancy Nichols. And this is very top secret stuff, Nancy.
Oh, you bet it is.
Yes, you have to stay in disguise because you don't want people to recognize you when you come into their restaurant.
That's right.
And you don't want them to know that you're completely judging everything they do.
That's
Food,
right.
Service, menu, everything.
Right. I do it all.
So what makes this list that you've come up with different than the best of Big D?
Well, this list is the top 100 restaurants in Dallas listed in order from 1 to 100.
And this had to be hard for you because you were saying that the thing that drives you so crazy is people will come up to you and say, "What's your favorite restaurant?"
Yes, I hate that question more than how much do you weigh.
Why do you hate it?
Well, because it's a hard thing to answer. Because I have a favorite Mexican restaurant for like greasy Mexican food, and a favorite one for like, you know, nicer ingredients. I have a favorite hamburger place. I mean, it's really hard to do. So about a year ago, I decided I was going to answer that question, and I spent about the last year working on this list.
Wow.
And I finally will reveal on Wednesday night what my favorite restaurant is.
Oh my gosh. And the thing that I love too is that you've made it so that if they donate $20, people can throw a pie at you. So
Yes.
all these chefs and restaurant owners who feel
Yes.
like they should have been higher up on the list
Right.
will be able to take out their frustration on you.
Well, I've been writing about restaurants for D Magazine for almost 17 years. And along the way, I've, made a few enemies. I mean, you do not get into the food writing business to make friends. And so I just thought I've been creaming them for the last 17 years, so I would, have a little sense of humor here and let them take it out on me.
That's only fair. Now, what is the criteria for choosing the ranking of each restaurant? And did you divide it into like Mexican, Italian, or?
No, it's a straight 1 to 100.
Okay.
I started with our restaurant base, which is 1,500 restaurants, and just sort of culled them over and would look at them every week and change it, and then I would pick the best of each type of cuisine, and then I would put that into a list and roll it over.
What was the criteria? Is it just? It's not just food, right? I mean, there are a lot of different things that you look at.
It's really hard to. I mean, I can't just say that I have a formula that I use this for, because some of it is longevity. There's some restaurants that have just been doing really nice things in Dallas for a long time that are on the list. They may be on the higher end, but the other places, the newer places, they get, a little bit less weight for being new because they haven't proven themselves yet. So it's going to be an interesting list, and a lot of people are going to have some problems with it because it's my list.
I'm having a hard time keeping a straight face talking to you in this costume. So are there any shockers on this list?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Like how so? Can you give us hints where you don't really give it away?
No, I'd have to kill you.
And then about the price point, you didn't really,
Price point had nothing to do with it.
It had nothing to do with it.
Nope.
So your number one could be the most expensive place in Dallas, or it could be a little hole in the wall that no one's ever heard of before.
That's right.
That's
That's right.
exciting.
In the top 10, there are one of each of those.
Really?
That's all I'll tell you.
And so I would imagine that especially for the smaller restaurant or the up and coming chef, having your seal of approval means a huge difference for them as far as the success of their restaurant.
Well, you can say that. I mean, that's a debate in food writing that I've always kind of defended, is that just because you get a good review does not necessarily mean you're going to have a successful restaurant. You do have to have a good business plan, and you do have to, carry things through. I've written negative things about restaurants that are going great guns now. So yeah, I mean, they will be honored that night, and I'm honored to honor them because the restaurant business in this town is a really solid community of people, and a lot of them know each other. And the event that we're throwing tonight, so far we have 64 restaurants that are coming, and I'm talking about little mom and pops in Richardson that never get invited to anything, that have never been honored in any kind of public way, that are going to be there alongside some of the heavy hitters in the industry.
And I think that's what I love about this is you're really giving those up and coming chefs and restaurants a chance to shine, because a lot of them are fantastic places that nobody really knows about yet.
And some of the places that have been doing the same thing for 20 or 30 years that just, operate in a little strip mall someplace in Richardson.
Well, everybody's going to know about it after tonight, aren't they?
Yeah. Yes, they will.
All right, Nancy, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for
being
having me.
a good sport and arguably the hardest working, most dedicated employee at D Magazine.
Oh, well, thank you for that.
That you will dress up incognito like this.
Eat it, Tim.
I love. Did you hear that, Tim? Tickets are on sale for the reveal of the best restaurants in Dallas. It is a huge party happening tonight at 3015 Trinity Groves from 6 to 8. I'll bet there are some good new places down in the Trinity Groves area too, right?
Yes, there are.
Tickets are $50 and can be purchased from the website that you see on your screen, and pick up the 100 Best Restaurants issue from D Magazine out on newsstands tomorrow. Can't wait. Nancy will be back next week to respond to your questions and your comments about the list. You can send us questions on Twitter with the hashtag AskNancy. More broadcast after this.
Mr. Love.